line. Barton surveying the floor. 4 on the shot clock. Robinson pulls it in.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Dinwiddie passes to Carmelo. Back to Dinwiddie. To get open is Robinson. Drills it from outside. Dinwiddie's got his team on the board to start the game for the Knicks. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Hawks.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm. He's very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style. How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Here's Teague. It's Barton on the wing. For the 3. And again, the Hornets missing. And New York hoped that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Teague drives in. They need this. Dinwiddie with some nice D.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket. And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Even this early on, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains where you begin to feel. Right?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential, instead of growing, is not knowing how low we're going to go. So we need to make some changes.
T. Nice D from Porter.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Kennard kicks to Dinwiddie. Outside Anthony. Back to Dinwiddie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Anthony drawing the double team. That one misses. His first miss of the game after making his first 3. Teague against Dinwiddie. Teague the pass to Barton. Healed outside. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Basket good.
Well, that's good teammate stuff right there. Looking for your guys. Buddy Hield has a strong feel for when to give it up.
Outside Robinson. He dishes it to Dinwiddie. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's now 7 points for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Pass to Hield. Now Bjelica. Over Anthony. That one off the back iron and out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Shot from 12. Here's Dinwiddie. The shot's good. Dinwiddie's got 9 points.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And the Hornets call time here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. James Johnson's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Omari Spellman comes in for Bielitsa. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Barton. And Derek White subbed in for Jeff T. Here's White. It's rebounded by New York. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Healed the pass to Spellman. That one doesn't go. The Knicks go the other way with it. Here's Brown. Banked in off the glass.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. .44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's White. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Green, he's checked in for Heel. And both free throws good for White. 35 seconds left in the first. Brown feeling it out a bit. Here's Cornette, guarded by Green. It's stolen by Green. Fast break now for Charlotte. The offensive rebound. Here's Johnson, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the strength of Johnson, they're hard to contain, adept at scoring despite getting bodied up.
Now here's Turner with 1 on the clock. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point.
Spencer Dinwiddie firing on all cylinders for New York. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. They've got James Johnson. White is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Green, and it's Spellman in at the 3-set. They get a hand on it. Down low. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Johnson.
The energy Barrett plays puts defenders on their heels. He's really good at forcing the opposition's hand.
New York shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Shooting 2. And he makes the first. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Brett, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range. He is.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Cornet can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 15. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Well, a chance to check out Evan Turner. Last season's performance for him averaged about 6 points a game last season, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There's a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
And Teague's got the ball here for Charlotte. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Dinwiddie's got his 4th rebound in this one. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Teague left side. Green bounce pass. Spellman the pass to Green. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For Charlotte, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Luke Cornet. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Barrett. And it's Luke Kennard in for Brown. And then for Charlotte, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Amari Spellman. Bielitsa comes in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Will Barton in for Derek White.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Outside Anthony. Dinwiddie attacking, and it's good, 2 points. Dinwiddie's got 6 points in the quarter.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And here is Bielitsa. Lock at 6. Barton against Porter. They get it back.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Green. Kennard, the pass to Carmelo. The fader. Count it. Anthony's got 8.
A Melo special right there, playing in the mid-range. It's pretty much been his home his entire career.
Here's Teague. Robinson with the block. They retain possession. Outside Teague. Shot clock at 6. And again, the Hornets missing.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
There's the lob to the hoop. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now, Bielitsa. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That's his first foul. Fields checked in for Charlotte. Now, here's Teague. Tight defense on him. Lets a floater go. Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got 6 rebounds in the game.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
The pass to Teague. Now Cauley Stein. Passes it to Hield. Just 5 to shoot. Robinson against Cauley Stein.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And the Hornets making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
You wonder what the next step is, and for Willie Cauley-Stein, what he's done in the offseason to improve himself offensively. Maybe a few more things in the footwork category will help him out.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Hield kicks to Johnson. Pass to Barton. Back to Johnson. Fades away. Second chance shot. And there's the nice layup by Cauley Stein. Cauley Stein's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley-Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Hornets trail by 20. In the corner, it's Hield. Trying to get open as Johnson. Hield can't hit.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for New York. Jake Lehman's checked in for Anthony. Barrett comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Turner in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Whitey's checked in for the Hornets. And the Knicks miss again.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Hield with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep. And so it's New York controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
I mean, they're as important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebounds as well. Get us a second chance at the basket. Just keep working hard.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
New York was looking great right away. They staged a good old-fashioned ambush, going on an aggressive 9-0 run at the start. They held up the intensity, and by the end of quarter one, were out in front by 15. Then in quarter number 2, they acted. And that...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we're seeing from Spencer Dinwiddie.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
We've got Anthony. Kennard is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Porter in at the small forward. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. 14 feet away, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Defense finding it hard to get to Carmelo right now, especially in the pull-up game. Even if they're doing their best, still beating them with better offense.
Pass to Barton. Offline with his three.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Teague dishes to Hield. Wide open shot is on the money. Hield's got his first bucket of the night.
And you love how Hield is always ready with his feet set. Once the ball hits his hands, it's off.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. And Hield gets it to go on the assist by Teague. Hield's got 4 points this quarter.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
Dinwiddie outside. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Charlotte calls timeout, especially in the playoffs, Brent. So much can change when a player gets in a foul trouble. See the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing that way.
Outside, Porter on deep. Jeff Teague with the rebound. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 18. Barton passes to Caldwell Pope. Another shot. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Brown. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much.
Well, Melo's getting inside, maybe even under the skin right now of the defense.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for New York. Derek comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. The Hornets also with a sub. Derek White's checked in for Barton. Outside, Green. Back to Teague. 5 to shoot. Some solid defense from Brown.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's White. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Right side, Turner shoots over White. The shot by Turner, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Teague up top. He's covered by Brown. Caldwell Pope outside. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far. Brown against Teague. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats for Jeff Teague. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 12 points a game, 8 assists, and 2 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
Jake Lehman's checked in for Brown.
Well, at 6'2" and 182, Jeff Teague really had to use all the strength in his body to get that shot off despite getting hit.
Back to Anthony. That shot is is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Teague surveying the D. There's a minute left in the third quarter. Good work defensively by Turner. Anthony kicks to Turner. And Turner throws it down.
How about Turner doing a good job with the feet to get himself into position to take it strong to the basket.
Outside, White. Over Barrett. And it's White missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Offensive rebound. Turner lays it up off the glass. Turner's got 8 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Teague. From deep three-point range.
Evan Turner staying inside the jersey of his opponent, not giving him any airspace to get off a clean one.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Knicks out front, opening up. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Hornets, Caldwell Pope out there with James Johnson. And it's Zizic in at the center position. And it's Contavious Caldwell Pope with the foul. That's his first foul.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And the Hornets making a change here. Heald's checked in. Right side Robinson. That one no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. Martin wide open. He fires from outside off the mark. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the Knicks. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line. You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms
freshness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
So then starting five, we've got Durant out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Irving, and it's Hardaway in at the 2. And for Indiana, Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Aldridge out there with Jabari Parker, and it's Brogdon in at the point. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball game. Put it simply, Parker is an outstanding player. I mean, somebody who puts the team ahead of himself, and all this guy wants to do is W-I-N.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Warren able to finish.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Indiana. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, you know, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
And so here is Indiana. After the basket by Brooklyn, 4 on the clock, Aldridge. That one's not going to go. Towns with the defensive effort. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Hardaway kicks to KD. Pass to Towns. Action coming off the assist from KD.
Yeah, you see right there, Towns invites contact. Unafraid of it, looking for it, and he's able to score through it.
Brogdon the pass to Oladipo. To the inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
And the first one drops. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates. And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Here's Oladipo. It's rebounded by Towns.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Hardaway kicks to Irving. Outside, KD. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
First free throw is good.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Now, here's Brogdon. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
A moment here to see some stats for Parker. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 14 points a game last year, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Now here's Chandler. The 9-foot shot. It's rebounded by Indiana.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
KD against Brogdon. Oladipo outside. Pass to Aldridge. Over Hardaway. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
How about that for the old up fake? Aldridge knows exactly how to get a defender off his feet.
And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against a team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
Was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Here's McConnell. After the basket by Brooklyn, that doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Here's Durant, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In third, the Pacers.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Oladipo outside. The shot, no good. Nice D from Durant. Down low, Claxton. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Durant, the pass to Monk. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
So a moment now to see the story on LaMarcus Aldridge. Last season, he played outstanding. 18th in rebounding, 18th in blocks, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And like you said, one of the better rebounders in the league last season. He displayed a tireless work ethic that I think really rubbed off on the team. Nets leading by 4. Harris passes to Claxton. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
It's blocked. Katie pushes to Grant. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Katie with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pacers shooting a lowly 30% to start this game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. It's up a 3. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front, up by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant, also out there, Joe Harris, and it's Monk in at the 2.
And though they've made the playoffs 4 straight years, Indiana can't seem to get past the first round.
It's not for a lack of effort, guys. The effort is there. The chemistry and continuity is there. They suffered a big, untimely injury, the one to Victor Oladipo, and it's been hard for them to attract top free agents as well.
And Cantor throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Here's Oladipo. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Oladipo's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up, is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Monk for 3. No good that time. So the Pacers will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Nets leading by 5. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Monk's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Morris outside. Back to McConnell. Cantor, the pass to Morris. Launches a 3. They grab their own miss. Leaf, no good. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Some changes for Indiana. TJ Warren comes in for Marcus Morris. And Brogdon subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And so here is Indiana. 8-point game. Cantor finds Brogdon. 6 to shoot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Because you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
Hardaway's checked in for the Nets. Irving's shot is good.
You know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
McConnell passes to Warren. It is good.
as a dangerous scorer.
On the wing, Hardaway. Now the pass to Towns. Here's Graham. He's guarded by Brogdon, and it's Graham missing. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. With the teardrop, it'll go, and the Nets lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from McConnell.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Brogdon. Here's Leaf, and he lays it straight in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Pass to Graham. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and all the other worlds out there. Think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Parker comes in for Leaf, and McDermott subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
A dependable passer. Chandler doesn't just look to score. I mean, he's also good at finding his open teammate.
Hardaway against Warren. Back to Aldridge. He dishes it to Warren. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That is his first foul of the game. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play, defended the shot, and then finished it off with the rebound.
Hardaway, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
You know, over time, Aldridge has really developed into a pretty good shot blocker.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And stolen by Graham. In transition, here come the Nets. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Pass to Aldridge. Will it go? And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on top.
Sometimes that's all you can do against Aldridge. Be aggressive, be physical, body him up, even if you have to foul him.
Boyes is checked in for Indiana.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, Marcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Now here is Harris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Again, the Nets for 2.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
And so it's Brooklyn with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. I thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 15 points. And that's going to do it for us here.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half, man, to take a lot out of.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Parker out there with Warren, and it's Aldridge in at the center, locking down the middle. Oladipo misses, and it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's KD. The shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Warren. Oladipo, left side. Misses the three.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. 14 feet away. Again, the Nets for two.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
To the left side wing. Here's Aldridge. Rebounded by the Nets. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there.
Yeah, but just the second turnover of the game. I mean, overall, pretty meticulous offensively.
Yeah, I like what they're doing here, and that's really what it's all about. When you don't beat yourself, you become hard to beat.
Brogdon kicks to Warren. 5 on the clock. Here's Aldridge. He is hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
You know, what a great job Nate McMillan has done since taking over as head coach, leading Indiana to 3 straight postseasons, and the style of play with which the team has played with, a credit to him and his staff. Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Hardaway against Oladipo. Hardaway passes to Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And a big part of McMillan's success, getting his guys, Clark, to play hard for him every night.
And I think you're right, because this team gets the most out of itself. It's one thing to assemble talent. It's another to bring people together so they're playing for each other. And these guys do that night in and night out.
And Oladipo has it in the corner. They get it again. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. 8 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from him. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Cantor checked in for Aldridge. TJ Leaf comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's TJ McConnell in for Malcolm Brogdon. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Graham's checked in. Pacers trail by 16. It's Oladipo on the wing. And here's McConnell. Passes it to Cantor. Here's Warren. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Warren's got 6.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
Outside Durant. Do you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. You know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Cowens back in the late 70s, wasn't
it? Yeah, that's right. And that's a long time ago, man.
Boston Celtics.
Yep.
You just got to be so careful when guarding Durant, because if you put him on the line, he's going to make you pay.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Warren. The Nets also changing it up. Harris comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Malik Monk in for Kyrie Irving. Oladipo, the pass to Cannon. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. The shot by Monk is no good. Pacers trail by 16. A wide open look here for Oladipo. No good from outside.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Graham, the pass to Towns. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
And Oladipo kicks to McConnell. Back to Oladipo. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The Pacers making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. Here's McConnell. Oladipo taking his time here. Looking to get back on track here. Towns with the defensive effort.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Back to Canner. 6 on the shot clock. Oladipo, the pass to McConnell. Shoots over Graham. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Morris has got his first points of the game.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Monk for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Oladipo outside. Puts it up from 15. Basket counts. Oladipo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, I tell you what, when he's operating in the pick and roll, Oladipo really hard to defend. He's outstanding at putting pressure on the defense.
Harris kicks to Monk. Here's Graham. Off target from 3-point range. Pacers trail by 17. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Morris trying to free himself up. Oladipo misses.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And the pass to Towns. Over Cancer. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. They've got Monk. Joe Harris is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Towns in at the 5, home in the paint. Oladipo for 3. A rebound by the Nets. Towns is...
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Monk. On the wing, Hardaway. To the middle. Here's Towns. The shot will not fall. Aldridge with some nice D. And Brogdon has got the ball here for Indiana. Trailing by 19.
This is the kind of unselfishness you love seeing from Brogdon, making sure he gets it to the open man.
Brogdon against Hardaway. Pass to Monk. Over Oladipo. They get it back. Here's Chandler. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jabari Parker.
And the aggressiveness of Chandler. When he gets good inside position, he goes up strong to get the call.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
You throw good, Wilson Chandler.
Hey, grit and grind are words that fit Chandler because that's what he brings to his team, that sandpaper edge and toughness, a guy who doesn't give an inch and is always fighting.
Warren's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And then for Brooklyn, KD's checked in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for Malik Monk. And both free throws good for Wilson Chandler. Pacers trail by 19. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Parker against Chandler. Aldridge trying to break free. Good on the baseline, Jay. 8 points for Parker.
Whenever Parker has a look from mid-range, he's going to take it. I mean, he's a very capable shooter from that distance.
Hardaway with it. Ogden picks him up. KD looking around. Over Parker. Shots good by Durant. KD's got 21 in the game.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Now, here's Brogdon. Pass to Warren. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Greg, you talk about the quiet producers in the league. T.J. Warren is one of the first names that come to mind.
The last few seasons, Warren has come close to chipping in 20 points a game. Doesn't do anything flashy, but he just hits his shots and piles up the points on a nightly basis.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Warren. Nets leading by 17. Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Morris with the bucket.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Nobody near Irving. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Parker. He can't get that one. Chandler with the defensive effort. Feeds it to Irving. And stolen by Aldridge. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Here's Irving.